Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a lust of somebody who needs you.
Good morning, and welcome to Jenkins News Network. I'm Elena Sorreo.
And I'm Allie Brooks with your latest news.
James Marshall found gold on his property to what is now being acknowledged as the Gold Rush. The Compromise of 1850, along with its 5 laws, were recently passed as well. Finally, the congressional elections, which happen every 2 years, are when voters elect all of the members of the House and 1/3 of the Senate.
An exclusive interview with John C. Calhoun, only brought to you by JNN, will be taking place. Major events that are life-changing for the country are happening right now. So here's Bobby to tell you more about it. Bobby?
This is Bobby Glasser with breaking news reporting from Sutter's Mill in Coloma. I just received news that 5 laws were passed to resolve divisions over slavery in the territory gained in the Mexican-American War. The laws are called the Compromise of 1850. Utah and New Mexico became territories. However, their slave laws are still unknown. A majority vote will decide if slavery is permitted. In addition to this, California has become a state and a definite border has been set in between Texas and New Mexico. Also, slave trade is no longer permitted in Washington, D.C. However, slave owners will be able to reclaim their escaped slaves. This was the last huge involvement in national affairs with the Senators Henry Clay, John C. Calhoun, and Daniel Webster. I'm here with John C. Calhoun, who is going to tell us his opinion on the Compromise of 1850. Hello, Mr. Calhoun. Can you tell us a little about the Compromise of 1850?
The Compromise of 1850 passed 5 laws to help issues over slavery in the territory in the Mexican-American War.
Can you tell us why you disagree with this compromise?
Well, I disagree with the compromise because it limited slavery during the westward expansion.
If you don't mind me asking, Mr. Calhoun, you sound a bit sick. There's been rumors that you have tuberculosis. Is this true?
Yes, it's true. I have been diagnosed with tuberculosis. Unfortunately, I am too weak to persevere the length of my speech. It is 42 pages long, so my colleague, Senator James Murray Mason of Virginia, is going to read it.
How do you plan to persuade the nation with your new ideas?
I plan to notify the nation if not settled. This will turn into an epidemic that will lead to anti-slavery measures. Slavery is a vital part of how our nation runs and how it runs efficiently.
Thank you, Mr. Calhoun, for your time and consideration.
You're welcome, Bobby. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Bobby. Now I've been informed that we have breaking news from our commentator in California. Here's Bailey Horan.
And I'm here in California to report about the gold rush. James Marshall found gold on his property in Sutter's Mill in Coloma. People from all across the world, coming from Europe, Australia, China, and the United States, all arrived in Northern California in 1849. Many people rushed to this part of California in hope to find treasure and fortune of their own. The gold rush resulted in the development of schools, churches, and many roads to accommodate the gold diggers. The population went up drastically in California. The finding of gold helped speed up the admission of California into the U.S. as a state finally in 1850.
Where are you guys from?
I'm from Australia.
I'm from China.
Do you guys have family members?
Yes, I do, and I leave them behind to do this job.
I do that also as well.
I found gold! What? Where? Back off! Hey, I want the gold! It's mine! I want it! No, I want it!
Now, back to Allie Brooks at the front desk.
Thank you, Bailey. Now that we have one last topic to talk about. The congressional elections are coming up soon, which occur every 2 years.
There are elections for 1/3 of the Senate and for all of the House of Representatives who stand for re-election after 2 years. These elections are held midway through a president's term in office and are called midterm elections. Breaking news. I have just received notice that our reporter, Bobby Glasser, has urgent news for us.
Thank you, Elena. I regret to inform you that John C. Calhoun has dropped dead. We've been told it's due to a severe case of tuberculosis. This is a tragedy. We hope the nation mourns together in this terrible loss of one of the nation's greatest patriots.
Here lies John C. Calhoun, 1782 to 1850. May he rest in peace and be remembered for all of the contributions he has made to this great country. Thank you.
And this has been today's Jenkins News. That is all for you today. I'm Elena Sorreo.
And I'm Allie Brooks. Thank you for tuning in, and may your life be tuberculosis free.
Slavery during the westward expansion.
Can you tell us a little about the colonizers
of slavery in the Mexican American. No, I said that wrong. I have been diagnosed with tuberculosis. Lead to anti-slavery measures. That was terrible. This is my first. I lost my.
Okay, ready?
Ready?
Can we get a little closer? Because I can't.
You can, but I can't either.
A rooftop! Many people.
And lastly, that doesn't make sense.
Zooming in on her.
Do you need a line?
I can't.
No, not yet.
We're good. We're making this up as we go.
Okay.
It's louder too because it's loud.
Alright.
Okay, where are you guys from? Trying to do this job.
I do that also as well.
Are you okay?
Are we good? Yep.
Thank you. Yes.
Closing. Okay.